Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever time of day it is. My name is Justin KewlImp, and I'm also known by another host of names that I will and cannot say. With that said, this is another part of my 75 Days of Kingdom Hearts, and today I want to do something a little bit different. I and many others have talked about what Disney and Pixar worlds we would like to see, and I want to ask and answer what worlds outside of the Disney Pixar properties you would like to see. I understand that most of these will never happen, but let's explore a little bit for fun. If you want to answer the question in the comments below, please explain your choices. I'm very curious. If you'd like to join my Discord to continue the conversation, it will be in the description below. First world is a slightly older and it's just an impossible world to do. That would be Stay Tuned. This was a movie about a couch potato, John Ritter, that gets sucked into a television world because he agreed to essentially not reading the contract, sell his soul with a clause in it that if you survive 24 hours in this nightmarish hellscape, you win your soul back. Now, instead of television being listed as kind of this metaphorical evil like some people thought it would be, it is more of a literal evil. So MTV, for example, means music television, but HTV, its counterpart, just meant Hell TV. I think it'd be really cool to see him Sora jump from genre to genre. So you jump from like a swashbuckling, not so much swashbuckling like on the seas, but like a Hamlet style thing going on. And then next second, he's in a music video, and that music video is just going along. And it would be interesting because it could be like a mini game world where you keep having to go back, or you have to go through multiple channels and solve the problems of these places. With the game being most worlds being around 3 to 4 hours, depending on how long we take, there's just a lot of non sequitur stories that you could get into, kind of like the Four Windows and Timeless River. You could leave out the devil stuff and just stick to the non sequitur story jumping and make an absolutely terrific world out of it. I think it's something that's worth interesting, and I think it'd be a fun thing to do, although it would never happen because they don't own the rights, and it might be just a little too weird and or dark for Kingdom Hearts as a mainstay of family entertainment. With that said, next world is the Percy Jackson universe. You can do keep the tongue-in-cheek. You can keep the tongue-in-cheek style, even maybe having Sora narrating it and not realizing it. Using just one or maybe two of the books, it could provide Zora with some confusion about like characters like Zeus, who in the Percy Jackson universe is a completely different type of character from beginning to end compared to the Hercules. Now, even Hercules is a significantly different character in the Percy Jackson universe, and it's something that I think that would be kind of fun to see Sora dealing with, is that I know Hercules as a light-hearted, I will go what is it? Oh, I forgot the lyrics. I'm so sorry. But I can go the distance style Hercules, whereas the Hercules in the Percy Jackson series is very much he is definitely an embodiment of power and whatnot. However, he is just by far much more of a lazy person and not willing to at least put himself in as much danger as he used to when he was doing the Herculean task. Since the gods would obviously still exist, like Hades and Zeus and Poseidon, Hades being a big difference between the two universes, Sora would most likely not see them or interact with them very much. You could definitely spend a lot more time at Camp Half-Blood. What I think would happen is you could pick up the story just after Percy arrives at the Camp Half-Blood, and from there you'd only have just a few bosses. You don't even have to worry about a lot of bosses. But take the Hydra, for example. The Hydra in the Percy Jackson series is by far more menacing. You have the Minotaur. Literally, you could do the Lotus Hotel if you wanted to. And that would be just a really good thing to do. And I think it's worth the effort to maybe take a look into it. The difference in showing that all of these worlds still do exist, but not all of the people are the same, which be a lot of context for someone like Sora who would go, oh, wow, this is a lot different. And the last one, because I don't want to do like a list of 10, because that's a lot of thinking about other worlds I'd like to see. As much as I'd like to have a proper horror story, I don't think one will ever make its way in. It probably wouldn't fly with Square Enix or Disney. So we're going to do the next best thing, and I'm going to say Suicide Squad. I like some of the people in the movie, but I'm thinking more the original comic instead. Although I will admit that I'm not very up to date on their lore. Playing with the villains as allies instead of the regular old good guys, I think that would show a completely different level of understanding for characters and things like that. Now, I do want to say, I know that there has to be some good stories for Suicide Squad. If not, it wouldn't be nearly as popular as it is. It wouldn't show any of the promise that it has as a movie that was there. It could also give Sora more of a perception of gray morality. Because right now, all we see is black and white morality. We don't see a strong, there is a gray area in the morality of the characters. We only see the this is right or this is wrong type of situations occur throughout Kingdom Hearts. And it makes it'd be something really good for a character like Sora to see that there is more than just black and white in regards to the way that things are done. Now, these ideas really have no idea of happening. I don't think there's a chance of a snowball's chance in hell, as my mom would say, about these worlds happening. However, I did want to go ahead and talk about them. I thought it'd be a fun little experiment and thought about crazy world ideas that might be a lot of fun, but probably won't happen. So with that said, you know what I'm about to do? Say good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is. May joy be to you all, because I'm about to do my advertising. With me doing my advertising, once again, my name is Justin KewlImp, or the other host of names you won't hear me say. And what I'm going to talk about is donating to my Patreon or through my Twitch. The reason why is because I am trying to save up money for an Elgato or a PlayStation 4 Plus. That way when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, I can provide the best quality for you guys. Now, right now, I'm not looking for much more beyond that. As much as I'd like to make YouTube more than just a fun little experiment in being able to produce content over an extended period of time, I do think that I would really like to sit down and go through, play the game, because when it first came out on PlayStation 2, I didn't really cover this in the other video because that video didn't have any script to it. My thoughts about Kingdom Hearts video. I really just wanted to go ahead, and it's something I want to share publicly rather than sitting cross-legged staring at a television all by myself. So with that said, I would appreciate the donations. I am going to basically cut them off at about $650, and that's the point where I have enough to get the Elgato and get the PlayStation 4 Pro. And it's not something that's required, because even if I'm just running off of my old PlayStation 4, I'm still going to stream the game even if it's at 30 frames per second. That's something I really just want to say is I advertise at the end of my videos because I do not want you guys to sit here and have to listen to it at the beginning or a drug out explanation on something. I just want you to guys, if you want to watch my content for the content and then just turn around and go home, go about your way, good to you. With that said, good morning, good afternoon, good night, and may joy be to you all.